What's up, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Today I have an EDH deck tech for you guys about my Yisan EDH deck, and I have been so excited about this deck for a while because I built this deck like, I honestly don't even remember when I did. It was a while ago though. It was like a year ago or something. It was a while. It's been a while that I've had this deck for. However, when I originally built the deck, it was revolved around a lot around +1/+1 counters, and you'll kind of see some of that, you know, creeping up in here. My mother! I was just in a half-an-hour conversation with my mother, so what I was saying, I don't remember. So, anyways, we'll just pick a point and we'll go with it, I guess. Yisan. Okay, oh yeah, no, haha, I remember what I was talking about. So, I built this deck a while back and it had the +1/+1 counter theme. And I was kind of frustrated with it because it was kind of an inconsistent type thing. Some of the cards had it, some of the cards didn't, and it was kind of like a half and half thing, and I didn't like that. And so you'll see there's a couple of things in here that are +1/+1 counters, but it's not like the deck revolves around it where it says like with a creature with a +1/+1, you know, counter you control does whatever. It doesn't really have things like that. So I took those out and I reworked the deck, and this is a very, very creature heavy deck. And I really like this deck a lot because and I've also reworked this deck to the way that this deck works basically is you get Yisan out as soon as you can. He's a 3-mana drop, you're playing green, you're gonna be ramping, so you're all like Yisan. You cast him on turn, you potentially turn 2 if you've got like a Land of Worlds or an Elvish Mystic, and then you get him out, or turn 3 by the latest, whatever. So you play Yisan, and the thing that I really like about it is that you can theoretically keep like a hand with like just like 5 lands and like 2 whatever spells, because the cards in your hand are decently irrelevant because you get a lot of your stuff with Yisan. But what I did is I reworked the deck so that it revolves around the cards in your hand as well as getting things with Yisan, which is awesome. So that like there's card draw in this, there's a lot of card draw in this deck, and you can fetch your card draw with Yisan. You can get anything you want with Yisan, and it's just, he's so incredible because, you know, the first 3 turns you kind of like neg value in a sense because you get like 1 mana stuff but you pay 3 mana for it. But the thing is that you're getting something that you want onto the battlefield. It's just so good, and you can do it at the end of your opponent's turn, and you know, it's just super good. There's a nice amount of artifact enchantment hate in the deck, and there's ways to deal with flyers, which is so good because it's something, one of green's weaknesses I think is that it can't deal with flyers a lot of times. You know, so yeah, this deck is really, really sweet. I like it a lot. If you're like, mono green EDH, who do I build? Hey, let me talk to you about Yisan because he's so good. So we're gonna jump right into my deck list. And this deck is not 100%. I mean, I like to say that about every deck, really. I mean, I'm always thinking about ways to make it better or whatever. That's like what deck building is, pretty much, is always improving on, you know, the things that you have. So we're gonna start with creatures. This deck runs 53 creatures, which is like insane, right? You're like, wow, that's like so many creatures, right? So it's a lot of creatures, but the thing with it is that a lot of times like people will kill Yisan and you need like more creatures that you can fetch with him. Oh, I should explain also like how the deck works in terms of like the mana curve. The mana curve is kind of weird because you want to have a number of things in terms of like if someone kills Yisan, you want to make sure you have enough 1-drops or something like that. So the deck is very much like, I tried to balance it in terms of like how many drops. I don't want to have like 15 3-drops but like 9 2-drops. That just doesn't make sense. You want to make sure if you're building this deck you want to balance it out. And another thing is too is at the end of the curve I stop at 8 mana. Now you could keep going with Yisan. You could get, you know, all the way up to like 15 mana for, is it 15 mana for Worldspine Worm? I think that's what the thing it is. You know, you could theoretically do that. And there's this other really, really, really big creature that's 11/11. Maybe that is Worldspine Worm. I don't know, but there's another one. So there's a bunch of big creatures. But anyways, my deck stops at 8, simply because I think that I have a bunch of really awesome stuff that I don't want to like, I'd rather just, you know, maybe in the future I'll like, you know, stop that off and whatever. I've also seen a couple of people do this as a tribal deck, Elf Tribal. I'm not really a huge fan of that. I think a lot of the Elf Tribal stuff stops at like 5 mana or something and, you know, relies people to like kill Yisan or whatever, so yeah. Alright, cool. 53 creatures. First creature I have is Acidic Slime. You're playing green EDH, You should run Acidic Slime. This card's awesome. It blows up things. If someone's got like a really scary land, like a Gaia's Cradle, a Nykthos, whatever, you're all like, yo, I don't like your land, blow it up. It really good. Super fantastic for that artifact or enchantment hate, because people are gonna be running those things, even if you're all like, yo man, Soul Ring, that can like severely hurt someone and mess up their mana. So that's super great. And on top of that, it's just a 2/2 death touch. After that, it's incredible. This card's great. Cool. Then we have Ant Queen, and there's a bit of token gen in here, which I really like. I'm a huge fan of tokens, so Ant Queen's all really cool because you've got like nothing else to do with your mana. You just generate insect tokens. Seems really good to me. And on top of that, she's just a 5 mana 5/5. With Yisan, she's a 3 mana 5/5 that makes ant tokens. It's just really incredible. Awesome. Then we have Archetype of Endurance, and this card is like, anyone tries to go mess with your board, you're all like, nah, Archetype of Endurance. Also, really important thing to note is that, like, creatures your opponents control lose hexproof. So good! So you can all be like, yo, I'm gonna target your creature, I'm gonna blow it up or whatever. By the way, I feel like the thing about a lot of the archetypes is a bunch of them I think are pretty weak. I think this one is probably one of the best ones because I think a lot of the other archetypes, they have really strong abilities, but the amount of mana you pay for a creature that does that is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, I think some of them are like 7 mana to do that, but this thing is like an 8 mana 6/5 for this incredible ability. And again, it's 8 mana, you pay 3 mana for it, basically. So, the card is so good. Alright, so let me talk to you about this magic card right here. If you're playing Mono Green EDH, you need this card in your life. And that is Bellowing Tangle Worm. I can't even tell you how many people I make mad with this card, because they've got a board of stuff and I got a board of stuff and I'm all like, that's adorable, guess what, might have Intimidate. This card is just absolutely like so devastating to a lot of people. And that with Archetype of Endurance, it's got hexproof. Oh, so good. That is juice. That's a definition of juice. Yeah, also keep in mind that this creature does say other green creatures. Oh no, it has Intimidate. Oh, dude! Oh, no, okay, cool. I misread that for a sec, but... Okay, yeah, basically all your creatures have Intimidate. People don't have solid answers to this card, especially if it's hexproof, so super good. This card I am a huge fan of. Very, very simple card, but it does the job, and that is Caustic Caterpillar. It's artifact enchantment hate. You need that stuff in EDH. I also love cards that give you the option. I hate those cards that are all like, destroy target creature with power 2 and toughness 3. Like that stuff just drives me insane. I'm all just like, yo, just give me like destroy target creature. Like, just make life easy. This card is all like, it's a 1/1, you can block with it, and then you can just blow something up. It's super good. I like it. It's also a really nice thing to do because it's a nice like 1-drop to get if you're all like, you don't really know like what else to get, because when you're fetching stuff with Yisan, this can be a really awesome thing if someone especially puts out early like a Soul Ring or something, and they're relying a lot on that to get mana. You're all like, blow it up. So good. Cool. This card is incredible. I love this card so much. And then it's Champion of Lambhole. This card is really, really fantastic because you all like make things big and you have a lot of, you know, ETB things because you play so many creatures, so this thing can just get really big. There's a lot of ways of giving it, you know, there's ways of giving it trample, so you're all just like, yo, I've got a super big thing or whatever, which is just so good. And it makes blocking like really hard, so that card's awesome. I love it. Alright, then we're going to talk about Conclave Naturals. This is Rexage, but a 4/4 for 5 mana. 3 mana with Yisan. Yeah, it's like, if you're running Rexage, just run Conclave Naturals too, because it's just so good. You gotta have that Artifact Enchantment Hand, and this card is just a bigger body, and it's just so good. I love this card. Also, I have the, this is the promo, the full art one, and it's literally Sense. It's just, this card's really good. I like it, and it's so pretty. Another card that I really like is Courser of Kruphix. This has become like one of my all-time favorite Magic cards. May I just say, I love this card so much because you're all like, it thins through your deck for you, you gain some life, it's a 2/4, you can control what's on top of your library, and you don't even care if you're all like, oh man, I have to say goodbye to that really awesome card. You can just get it with Yisan later. It's fine, don't worry. Like, it's just, this card's just, like, does everything. I love this card. Cool. Right. Then we have a Dawn Treader Elf. This card's fine. It's not amazing, it's not bad, it's just a mana rock. Like I said, I have to like find the balance between like, you know, the amount of things that I can have at certain, you know, mana drop slots and whatever. So like, things with CMC, there we go. So like, I kind of just need to be like wary of that. So like, I gotta see, like, maybe there's something better that's a creature that does like theoretically the same thing. I have Sakura Builder in here, we'll get to that in a bit, but, you know, like, it's, you don't really care about its power dominance, it's just there to get you lands. And it's a cheap mana dork, I needed something that, you know, was cheap enough that I could have that, you know, so, yeah. Cool. Then we have Deadly Recluse, and this card is just says not a flying blocker. So like, yo, cool, swing at me with your Archangel of Thune. Cool, block it, basically. Yours dies. Oh, so good. This card is just, like, really good. It's not something that always gets fetched with Yisan, but it's something that at your 2 mana slot when you need a flying blocker, you know, it just, or a reach blocker, it just does that. It's really good. Elvish Mystic, pretty standard. You know, you're running green EDH. Elvish Mystic, really good magic card. Elvish Visionary. I love this card so much. This card's really awesome. Because it just so good. You're all like, I get a 1/1 out of it, and I get to draw a card. It's really good with Courser too. If you like have Courser out or something, and you're like, you know what's on top of your library, and you really want to draw it. You're all like Elvish Visionary. It's really good. Essence Warden. This card is like one of the nuttiest EDH cards ever because everyone's playing all creatures and stuff, and you play so many creatures and you just gain so much life. It's fantastic. One of my favorite green creatures of all time, Eternal Witness. Like, yo, this card's fantastic. Like, let me talk to you about this card. It's all like, oh, you killed my awesome thing that I really liked. Oh man, that's really sad. What about if I just get it back and I get a 2/1? That sounds really, really awesome to me. By the way, I was like watching some Modern, and I was watching Jeff Hoogland pilot Kiki Chord, and I'm all like, yo, this deck's sweet. Like, you get to run Eternal Witness. It's so good. You're all like, Court of Calling, Eternal Witness, get back Court of Calling. Like, that is just such good value. Oh my gosh, that card is like so good. So, yeah, Eternal Witness is just like really amazing because it just get things back. It's any card that you want it to, and you just get it back. It's amazing. This is a card that I have almost never drawn or gotten, so I don't really know how great it is, but Experiment one. I really can't speak for how good this card is because I think I've played it like with it like twice, so I really don't know how good this card is. But there's a couple of people playing around with it in Modern and that like Jane Green build or whatever. So yeah, I don't really know how good the card is, but it seems to be okay. And then we have Fangren Firstborn, and I like this card. It's kind of just like you swing with lots of things and they get bigger. It's just pretty good. I haven't really had the chance to play around with it too much, but I can imagine that it's really good. Fierce Empath. Okay, like, favorite thing to do in this deck, probably there's a lot of favorite things to do, is Fierce Empath to get Woodland Bellower to get Eternal Witness. Or to get back something else or whatever. Like, the synergy with them is just so good. Fierce Empath and Woodland Bellower, and again, just so good. You get more bodies on the field, and this card is just really, really, really good. It's really good in the late game as well when you all really want stuff. Fierce Empath, so good. I love this card. Okay, this card is one of my all-time favorites. I like, this card is like insanely amazing. Like, I think I like this card better than Eternal Witness. Yes, I said that. Green Warden of Maratha. I cannot say enough good things about this card because you're all like, it's double Eternal Witness. It is double Eternal Witness. Like, you think, what's better than doing Eternal Witness again? What's better than casting Eternal Witness, casting Green Warden of Maratha, and getting to double E-Wit? It is, like, so good. And you don't even care if it dies because then you get something else back. And it is, like, so fantastic. I love this card. So much. Like, this card, so good. This is a card that I really have not played around with, so I don't know how good it is. That is Hero's Bane, and I was kind of all like, you know, if I just have like a really, really big thing, and then I have ways of trample, and then I'm all just like, meh, take a lot of damage, so it just seems like a really nice big thing. And like, you know, the thing with this deck was that it's kind of with Yisan, like, you can't put like a lot of the big like Hydras in there or whatever, because the Hydras they'd enter with 0 counters, so they just die. But I liked Hero's Bane because it's a Hydra that I can just constantly like pump, basically. So the card seemed really okay, and I want to get the chance to play around with it. Oh my gosh, this card, I love this card, I love this card. This card's great. Hornet Queen. This is like one of my favorite cards. Like, okay, guys, I have been reminiscing on my Bloom Titan days when I played that deck. I miss that deck so much. And if you have been following me for a while and you know that I played that deck, I played the jankiest, best, sweetest build of this deck ever, where I ran like Hornet Queen and Xangos on my main board and all these awesome creatures and Inferno Titan. Oh, dude, juice, that deck is awesome. And I missed that deck, and I was watching it, and I was watching this tournament where Bloom Titan was being played, and I was like, whoa, I remember when Bloom Titan was a thing. I actually really miss that deck, and I really wish I could still be playing it. And when I say when I wish I could still be playing it, I don't mean that I would play it again, because I wouldn't, because it's just too inconsistent, but like, this deck is insane. So anyways, so I ran Hornet Queen on my main board, and whoa, this card's so good. This is like the card that deals with flying blockers efficiently, because they just can't deal with it. You're all like, oh, you have ways to kill my creatures. You all swing this super big flying dude at me. Hornet Queen token. Please, please take that creature and send it right on over to the graveyard. Hornet Queen is incredible. I love this card. This is a card that I don't know, maybe I'll take out in the future, but I feel like it's just good. I just haven't played with it. And you'll see, like, I'll talk about the other like things that I get at my 4 mana drop slot. Actually, maybe I'll talk about that at the overview, like what cards I often get. I don't know. Whenever I talk about it. But Elin Denizen, I haven't really gotten the chance to play with it, so I don't really know. But it kind of just seems really good. You have a lot of, you know, the entire deck is green creatures, so you're all like ATB triggers, and you've got a lot of things, and you make things bigger. And it just seems really good. This is a card that I wanted to put in here because it's just a pretty good 1 mana card, and that is a JD Offshoot. It's all like, it's a 0/3 for 1 mana, and you gain life when you play lands. It's just good, just good card. You know, there's nothing really else to say about it. Okay, this card's amazing. This card is insane. Insane. Cara Alkaloid. Whoa. Whoa. Let's just take a moment for this card. Okay. You're all like, yo, I have a lot of stuff, and you got a lot of devotion, got like a lot of things in the deck that have like double mana or whatever. So you're all like, I'm gonna add like 27 mana to my mana pool, which I've done before, and it is like incredible like how this deck can go off with like the help of this card, basically. Like, this is one of, in my opinion, like, if you're running mono green, please run this card, because like, you just generate a crazy amount of mana. So, card is awesome. Also, this is the promo, and I love the promo so much. I think it's like so cool. I actually like the other one too, but the art on this one is just so pretty. This card I really like for flavor, and I actually haven't gotten the chance to play around with this card because I haven't gotten the chance, but I love the flavor of this card. Khazanadu Tuskcaller, you make elephant tokens. What else do you want in life other than to make some elephant tokens? Because I want to do that, because that sounds awesome. It's just good. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna make some elephants. It's cool. I wish I could play with that card more, because I wish I drew it more, and a lot of times, like, by the time I draw that card, I've probably already won at that point, so it's just kind of like, oh. Okay, so this is another card that I haven't really gotten the chance to see much of, but Living Hive. I put this card in here because you get tokens. Yeah, basically, and it's just, you can put a lot of +1/+1 counters on it, and then you can make it bigger, and then you get more tokens, and it's got trample. So, like, yeah, this card's cool. I like it. Land Orals, pretty standard. It's a mana dork. It's really good. You'd like to be casting this on turn 1. That's like a turn 1 ideal play. Whoa, let's talk about this insane magic card that I love, and that is Matagorda Hydra. This thing gets incredibly big. very, very quickly. Because you're playing in these, like, EDH games with, like, 4 other people, and everyone's all, like, casting spells. Like, you don't even need to cast spells with this card, because, like, you don't get the cards that you get from Yisan. Like, that doesn't consider casting a spell. You don't even care. You all just, like, ooh, I'm just gonna gain counters from everyone else at the table, basically. This card is just insane. This is the thing, the #1 card, unless I really need mana, that I get at 4 mana, and that is Nylea. Because it's so hard for people to deal with. She's a creature always in this deck. Always, always, always. Like, I can't think of a time I've ever played Nylea and she hasn't been a creature, because there's so many ways to get out creatures in this deck. You just generate so much mana, and you just, you know, play your entire deck, basically. Her 4 mana thing, very much not good, but, like, it does not even matter, because the rest of her abilities are just incredible. She's hard for people to deal with. She's an indestructible dude. She uses her creature to trample. Like, this card is amazing. This card is so funny, and I like it a lot. Perfect in this deck, and that is Glacial Worm. This card's really funny, because you're all like, oh, I've got so much mana, I'm searching through my library. You search through your library, like, basically every turn. Oh, look, here's a 9/5 Trampler. Basically, or Yisan for it, if you need, a really big dude. Okay, I really want to play around with this card more, because I feel like this card is really good, and that is Pleurokinos, World Eater. And, like, this is a really good card of dealing with stuff that your opponent has on the board, and you're all like, you just have so much mana, and Pleurokinos dies, but, it doesn't really matter, because you're all just like, I killed so many things. I've yet to play around with this card, and I need to, because it seems really good, but yeah. I really, really like this card a lot, and that is Predator Ooze. Now, it's indestructible, and, if you kill creatures with it, it gets bigger, but then when it deals combat damage, it gets a +1/+1 counter. There's really no reason not to swing with it, because it's not gonna die, because it's indestructible. Yeah, I just like it. It's really good. This is a card that is good if someone goes to kill your Seeker of Skybreak, which is an incredible card, which we'll talk about in a bit, and that is Curion Ranger. Basically, like, you use this to untap Yisan, or untap Karametra's Alkaloid, and generate a ton of mana, or get more Yisan triggers, and, like, Seeker of Skybreak is just better, and like I said, we'll talk about that in a bit, but this card is really good for 1 mana. Then we have Reclamation Sage. Yeah, card's amazing. Then we have Reverend Hunter, and, you top deck this, like, late game when you just have so much stuff on board. You give a trample with Nylea, and you just have a really, really big dude. It's very, very good.